this is why we all get here like at least like 10 minutes early.
Yeah, that's great.
Sometimes when you do these big updates, it just comes out.
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, oh, it does.
Okay. I'm gonna put on everything. I mean, you guys.
Okay, beautiful. Oh, no, it's all right.
Okay.
You go.
You guys, yeah, can you do it? Coach?
Yeah.
I think so. Okay, and your agenda is, let me see again. Your agenda, so, this is the file folder, and I downloaded your agenda for you, so here.
It's really a shame that there are no consequences to people breaking the law, especially with fireworks. Ugh.
Yes. We are, well, this is unfortunately, you know, we're being recorded now. If
Yes.
everybody knows. Unfortunately, it takes something tragic and severe to happen for us to really recognize the damage. I mean, and we all live in a HPOZ when we have houses that are and many wooden structures, so. Another thing that I'm working on is billboards. Oh, I'd love to talk to you about this.
Coalition and Beautiful LA.
No.
You don't know about those two? They've got some lawsuits going.
Oh, no. I have no idea about that.
Okay, we will update you.
Yes. Okay, I think we're ready, Corinne. Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Public Safety Emergency Committee. It's February 10th, 7:30. Welcome. So we have a couple of things on the agenda. Let's see if we can pull up the agenda. Okay, here. Can everybody see that?
Yes.
Okay. Any public comments?
I'll make a public comment. I thought it was really obnoxious that they wanted to pay, you know, Steve Sober off $500,000 for 3 months of work to be the czar for this, you know, Palisades fire situation. That was I mean, they went back and said they're not going to get the 500,000 and the 250,000 for his assistant.
Well, didn't he say that he would just do it for free? I thought, my understanding was that the 500,000 was for his entire thing, but you're saying it was just for the 3 months?
For the 3 months.
And how did they come up with that, Steve?
I don't know how they came up with it, but it was not transparent.
Mm.
All we knew is that the city wasn't going to pay. And then it was some people on the East Coast, not the LA Times journalists, who came to the understanding that they were going to be paid from nonprofits, $500,000 for 3 months. And then Randy Johnson, his number 2, was going to get 250,000 for 3 months. They had to be shamed into like doing this, you know,
For free.
For free.
For free, so they finally changed their minds to do it for free.
Yeah, they're doing it for free.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, thank goodness they are, you know, gonna help us out for 3 months. It does take public pressure many times to get
And
things
it's
done.
going to take more than 3 months.
Yeah, it's good. That's what I thought you were gonna do it for a couple of years or at least 18 months or something, but
I would think.
because this is
But then they've also hired another team to,
for the mitigation. I saw that too, out of in Evanston, Illinois. I mean, Indiana.
Indiana.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we can move on to the next thing on the agenda, extreme heat discussion.
Oh, is that the right agenda? Oh, no, it's not.
It's not,
Yeah,
excuse us,
Okay.
let's close this off. Give us
It
a
was
minute.
emergency, wasn't it?
Well, you guys have a lot in your folder, so actually, can you close that, Corinne? Just go to
Yes.
the X, and then go into the,
File and go to
documents.
documents, and then we go to public safety. And let's see,
Oh, it's the last one.
It's the last one?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we did do public comments and we move on to the next thing on the item. Okay, so we're gonna discuss possible community impact statements regarding council motions on fireworks. So, should I read this paragraph? Fireworks continue to be a significant issue, reducing the quality of life for LA residents and are a greater source of concern in the wake of the recent wildfires. Both Council File number 25-0065 state fireworks laws or regulations, fireworks related fires, illegal fireworks, and Council File number 23-0867 fireworks buyback program were referred to the City Council's Public Safety Committee for a hearing and action. Do you want to bring it to light? No?
Yeah, I'll bring,
Ms. Teresa?
so, it's Teresa Masonette. So I think they, both these motions were already approved through committee and now are headed for, council. I brought it to our attention because we have 4 HPOZs within, CD10. And, many of the historic homes are wooden, and we many times have heard complaints from the community about fireworks and the threat of fireworks. So, I thought it might be something that we could submit a community impact statement on, so that's why it's here. And I think there's gonna be support, you know, for the city council to explore this, especially since they're thinking that what happened in Palisades may have started from fireworks a day or two before, but it was simmering and then the winds came. Yep, so personally, I would be very happy if we did not have fireworks. Not only do they scare people's dogs and are they a threat to wooden homes, they, I think there's a criminal element that's attached to them. And I would just like for the city to enforce the laws that we really already have. So that's what I'm bringing to you guys.
It's true, we have on the books that it's illegal to have fireworks. So definitely popping them and blowing them up and having, you know, flares go up and emblems fall on our wooden roofs is a really bad thing, but there have been no arrests. I think with the new DA who's in office at this time, there could be a change there as well. So it's probably something that we need to talk about in this group as to how strong of a statement we'd like if we're gonna put in a CIS.
So I have, my husband and I moved here about 10 years ago, and we heard when we initially moved here, from some long-term residents, this is part of our culture, we like it, you're new here, blah, 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 blah. So I don't want to disregard someone else's culture, but we have to acknowledge that we are in a very dense environment, and we're in a historic area. And we have to be respectful of the people. Plus, it's very dangerous for pets. I mean, I've also heard complaints from people, especially the M80s, they scare the pets and everybody is traumatized when, you know.
It's not just 4th of July, it's not just New Year, it's just sort of, and it's not just when the Dodgers win or the Lakers win.
It's January. It's any time, you know, there's a holiday and they can purchase fireworks, people will use that. And the city does have specific locations where you can go to enjoy fireworks.
Yeah.
I mean, there Santa Monica, there are a lot of different beach communities that have firework displays. Downtown has a big one.
You know, if schools want to have it on their, you know, footprint, they can with the right amount of safety precautions. When we have neighborhood kids or neighbors doing this, adults, there are no firefighters, right, waiting with, you know.
Yes, and it brings into light, too, the incident that happened down in LA, South LA,
Yeah.
when they confiscated all the fireworks that were illegally obtained, and then even the professionals, they
Miscalculated.
miscalculated, they had a little slight incident, and then it just made everything blow up. And they're still trying to recover from that.
Yes, and what didn't happen, the neighbors did not report the community member who was storing them in the garage. Because that's what happened when the police arrived there. They saw all of these fireworks in a garage. They had no idea the volatility, and that's why they used the smaller containment. But let's just imagine if that had blown up on its own, not being contained.
Yes.
The amount of explosives and all those fireworks would have blown, you know, who knows how many houses.
Oh, definitely.
So, sorry to cut you off.
No, but I definitely see that the fireworks now being created and being come here in LA are a lot more intense. They're a lot more dangerous than they were before. I remember little fireworks and I used to hear the pop, but now they sound like actual bombs. And
They do.
and they are a lot more aggressive, and so I'm thinking that, you know, it's always a good idea to take preventive measures, because we're gonna have to take care of ourselves in our neighborhood and just do prevention, as opposed to having, we don't know if somebody's storing fireworks somewhere in our neighborhood. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I think a few years ago, my husband sits on the Community Police Advisory Board, and they tried to do a campaign to warn people that you can, you know, have your fingers blown off or have some other, you know, bodily harm with if you're nearby fireworks, but it wasn't, you know, he didn't feel it was a very strong campaign, and I just think it would be helpful to the police. If we have a strong DA and they're able to give some support to the police to enforce fireworks, you know, when they go out and they arrest someone. We do have people who anonymously will report someone doing fireworks a couple of weeks beforehand. The police, our senior leads, have gone out and talked to those people. But if there is I think the police would be more apt to enforce the law if they knew if they arrested someone that person was going to face some consequences.
No, absolutely. A $500 fine is not a deterrent at this point. Mandatory jail time would be.
Oh,
Yes.
oh. I can't say I have the idea with that, but what is is that for some fireworks, or is that for 10 pounds of fireworks? I mean, I don't know what the regulation is or ordinance is on
The
that.
ordinance is City of LA, section 575501A, LA Municipal Code. It shall be unlawful for any person to use, give, possess, sell, or discharge any fireworks. Fireworks are considered explosive devices, and they are extremely dangerous. Every year, numerous children and adults are injured or burned as a result of playing with fireworks. And so that's what it is.
And do you think that we have to define fireworks? I mean, is someone going to say, well, this wasn't a firework, or does the ordinance need to be stronger and put a definition of a firework in there?
And maybe we need to talk about that, because they talk about the various
Like we know an
types.
M80 is a firework, but are sparklers fireworks?
It
Yeah.
is. The number of injuries from sparklers are higher than we would like them to be.
Wow.
Because little kids have them, and I'm sure
Yeah.
someone's hair catches on fire, or the, drop it, and then the grass, and then the
Right.
So a question, it would be right now, because we're still recovering from the wildfires. If there's already suspicion, I think right now, anybody would, if we propose it as preventative measures in order to not have it make it bigger than it is, in terms of based on the theory possibility what happened Palisades. If we have it in place, maybe right now they're more up and open.
Why can't we just say we support the ordinance that we already have, the regulation that we already have on the books. The city already has whatever that number is that Grace just read, and we support that. And being
We
in,
want consequences. There's
Yeah.
basically, it's a law that is not enforced.
it's not enforced.
So we want some enforcement of this.
Right.
That would be
Yes.
nice.
And to have stricter penalties for, not just enforce it for $500 penalty. I mean, I don't know if we have to recommend a greater.
Well, then,
What is enforcement, Grace? It's illegal, so the police, let's
so
just
if they
say,
start finding you, it's like, hey, it's illegal, this is your second warning this month, you're going to jail, you know, there, you step it up, and as long as you go out there and tell everybody, hey, we have a huge problem here in the county of Los Angeles, we don't have enough water,
Yes.
we don't have enough firefighters, we need everyone to be preventative.
Yes.
Okay, I don't care that you've got a quinceañera, or I don't care if you've got, you know, some kind of bat mitzvah going on.
New Year's
It's not
celebration
happening.
or
Yeah,
things
it's
like
not.
that. No, especially due to the light that we don't have enough firefighters or water, we're looking at prevention. You know, the whole consequences, the city did not have preventative measures.
I mean, basically,
We're doing
you'll
prevention.
see cops driving down, they see neighbors, neighborhoods, because there's sparks going up all over the place, nothing happens. There's no enforcement.
I will give you a few years ago. There was a house, this was a couple of weeks before 4th of July on Adams. And there were really bad fireworks. James went over there, said, hey, we don't like fireworks on 8th Avenue, because that's, you know, because we all have wooden houses except for 2 houses just stuccoed over, but you know, we all have wooden houses. And they were nasty. He came back, he called, police arrived. I don't know why, but he went back over there. And then the police told him that you can't do it, blah, 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 we're giving you a warning. And then they started following James home as he walked. Yes, so he walked past our house. And then he called me on the phone, told me what was going on, and then I came outside. And then, you know, some other stuff happened, and they turned and they went back on that. So I say preventative, but I don't know how we prevent people from using fireworks without some kind of campaign to say, hey, if you use it, you're going to. We need to enforce it when we see it. We know it's going to happen. We know, and the community needs to be able to call 911, not 311, not 911, because when you tell them fireworks, they're gonna be like, yeah, go wait an hour, go wait 2 hours.
It's like
Yeah,
10.
so we there, but I would like for this committee to submit something. Can we ask this?
Hi, Christina. Is
Hi,
there anything you'd
Christina.
like to add? You're muted if you'd like to join us for this
Can
conversation.
you close the,
Hi.
Hi.
just, yeah.
No, I actually think this is really great because there's a lot of I don't know how to say it politely, but like kind of lack of enforcement, loosey-goosey enforcement of a lot of different laws like this. And I know that on my street where my apartment building is, that the fireworks start up every single year. And so I'm a 9/11 survivor, just so everybody knows. And I'm the daughter of an Army officer. And so I get to hear about things like in extremes. And I also have I have PTSD for real, right? So things
In
I would
New
say
York?
things like when we get really lax about things or we think things are not a big deal and we're talking about what's going on with Palisades and whatnot, it's a big deal. The laws are there to protect us. And I think that if we can figure out how to enforce them and take care of our community, the better off we are.
Yes.
Christina, were you in New York on September 11th or elsewhere?
Yeah, I was at the bottom of one of the towers when the second plane hit. So, yeah. So I have that perspective. I lived here during LA riots. and I couldn't get home, so I lived in Village Green when I was in college in the 90s. So I understand our city pretty well. But yeah, I think figuring out how to enforce them and get the information out there, and I think it's terrible that, like, if we want to call the police to enforce something, we can't make we can't make an anonymous call about something anymore. And so then, like Teresa said, then here her husband is getting followed over something that's in place for all of us to be safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so definitely we'll work on our CIS. I think we have to actually vote on how strong this letter is going to be. We don't have to draft it now, but we need some parameters. So,
and also, just so you know, Christine, it goes, we write the letter in this committee, and it goes to the board for final approval.
Okay.
If we had a CIS committee, which I found out, we would not have to do that. The CIS committee would just
would liaise with
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're all good with us just saying, hey, we have the law, let's enforce the law as is. That's a good start. I don't know how much stronger we can go.
Grabbing hold of the current fire temperature is important. I think it just helps.
Yes. Especially because people are open now. Right now, their ears are open.
They're in a receptive.
Yes,
Yeah.
very receptive. Is there any community impact statement at that area, where the explosive went on, that neighborhood create something?
Well, they don't have a neighborhood council in the Palisades. They have a community.
Oh, no,
No,
I think
in the
South
where the
LA.
explosion.
Oh, wow, that's pretty. I wonder what neighborhood council that is.
Because if they did, in order to prevent that or to enforce it, because they were consequences from that.
I can look on
Empowerment East.
Empowerment East.
Yeah, because Empowerment has like a big
Yeah,
lot.
they have
Yeah.
four different zones. I would have to go in to look at that file. I don't know if anybody can do it right now, but we can go in and look at the file and see if there are any public comments or any CISs already uploaded.
Yes.
I don't know if I know anybody there, but I do know a lady pretty well in Pico Union, and I can find out from her if they're going to submit a CIS or if she knows the people at Empowerment East.
Okay.
Congress East.
Yeah, because that's what a
Question.
representative tells us. If there's already one in place, maybe we just could, not.
Yeah.
Maybe grab that and implement it here and maybe just add on.
Yeah.
To any, that would be great.
Yeah, it would be great. I mean, sometimes I'm trying to think of a council action, but you might have 20 neighborhood councils all submit letters. So it could be some of the areas around the west side or
Yes.
I'm just trying to think. Hollywood Hills, maybe they've already submitted one because they're susceptible to fireworks.
Altadena area, right?
Yeah, but they're not in our neighborhood council. I mean, this is.
But I wonder, are they part of the 99?
No, they're not. It's a different.
Oh, they're not.
They're different cities.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
What were you saying?
Christina, you were saying something?
Empowerment West is though west or southwest. That's Baldwin Hills.
Yeah, that's Eckler.
No, we said east.
No,
said
but you guys
Empowerment.
were saying South LA, but then you were also talking about grabbing hold to everybody sending letters and sort of trying to partner. That Baldwin Hills area like backs into us. And I know that they have the same firework issue and they have a bigger fire issue than we do.
Yeah, Baldwin Vista is scary.
Yeah.
The roads are not easy to maneuver.
Yes. Okay, let's see what else.
Okay, so we're going to submit a letter what were the 2 points you wanted?
We were just gonna ask for enforcement of the laws and we want there to be more visibility so everybody understands that these are the consequences. Everyone needs to know, right? So those are the 2.
And we also need to, yeah. We also need to acknowledge that we live in an we have 4 HPOZs. And that because that makes us even more vulnerable.
Yes, yes, yes,
You know,
okay,
more
you
minor
definitely
injuries. Okay,
add that in, okay.
all right, anything else?
No, nothing else on the agenda. That was the main one. We did do discussion, consideration. and
Oh, what about the
possible
buyback, buyback? That was the other motion.
action.
I
Oh,
mean,
the fireworks
yeah,
buyback
they did this
program.
in 2023, so the city has actually bought back fireworks, but it's also like, really, why are we buying? I don't know.
No, I feel maybe if we were to say anything, we would feel, let them know that we do not feel that this is a successful program, and all it really does is it's another layer where if people feel they're going to, the first motion is going to be enforced, then they'll get some extra money. You know, if they bought some fireworks in Nevada or something, now they can actually get some money for it. So we'd rather just have no contact, have no fireworks. No, you can't sell it back. You can't do anything. And if you get caught with it, you are going to be,
I see.
you know.
Yeah, buyback is,
It's like an incentive in a way, right?
yeah,
That's a way to look at it.
Yeah,
So we're gonna say we don't support the buyback program.
yeah.
yes, okay.
Christine, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I don't know why we have it. It supports the wrong direction.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go. Nice.
So the next motion is old business. Round robin discussion on public safety emergency preparation concerns.
I'll just say, old business, just very quickly, we do have, when we did the inventory, I didn't count it, but we have all of those things. So if you guys at some point want to do another CERT training or something, we have plenty of those,
Right.
solar powered.
I think we may have to get people to learn how to shut off their gas valves at home. Okay, we can do that and incentivize that and something else, because we wanted them to do some.
Right, yes,
Just learn how to turn off your gas.
Like a workshop?
Yeah, they don't have to come to like 3 out of 6 or any of this, but they gotta come to 2 things or 1 and plus.
In person or Zooming? What do you think?
No, in person.
So
In person.
In person.
Okay,
So, yeah, I think we can figure something out.
Yeah.
Since we have so much inventory. Another thing is Beverly Rowe, who lives close to you, the West Adams Avenues, and I went to Pasadena to check out the FEMA response. And I gotta say, I was pleasantly surprised to see that we had our local city, we had cities, county, and the state and federal. And I was like, there was some order to this. So it was really nice to see that, you know, people who were impacted by the fires could come and get all these services all in one location. That was really wonderful. The DMV was out there where they were ready to take your photo.
wow,
They were really well equipped. They had a lot of the nonprofits like, you know, Red Cross, Salvation Army, a bunch of other religious organizations out there trying to help and be helpful. I think right now, one of the things I'm really so sad for some of these victims are the fact that they ended up having their identities stolen. And so FEMA had already given them the $75,000 to somebody else who stole their identity, right? So this is just a nightmare. Ouch. Yeah. So victimized twice. And we know it takes months, if not more than a year, to fix, you know, your stolen identity.
Oh,
They're terrible,
oh,
really bad.
Yeah.
my gosh. That is really bad.
Yeah, we'll come up with something. We'll have to
Yes.
do something to help get a handout, have more of our neighbors prepared.
Yeah.
We can do this to help also encourage people to remember to vote for your neighborhood council elections.
Yeah.
And when are those elections taking place as a friendly reminder?
Well, it's the process is that you request a ballot, and then the ballot, you submit the ballot. You can start requesting the ballots now, and I think they have to be returned by April the 6th, I think. So we're gonna do an event here. I'm working on the paperwork today. At the South Seas House to have ballots available for people, to show them how to do it, also to come out and meet the candidates. We have a list of candidates who have been approved, certified by the city, and give them an opportunity to come and meet some people. We're gonna have 2 events, so.
Okay, so that's in the works. Christina, hope you can make it.
I plan to be there.
And anybody else, you're welcome. Okay, other than that, there's nothing else on the agenda. We just have, we adjourn.
Okay, great.
Okay,
Thank you very much,
Thank
Christina, for
you.
joining us.
thank you so much.
Like your red glasses.
Yay.
Bye.
Take care, be well, be safe.
Bye.
Bye.
So, you want to stop YouTube, stop streaming up top?
At the top right
Yep.
here.